Subsea cables are vital to two major sectors of the global economy: telecommunications and energy, which includes interconnecting grids, oil and gas, and renewables. This video discusses the state-of-the-art in submarine cable laying, including the problems and cutting-edge tools being used by cable installers. First, let's see who is laying submarine cables and why. The telecom industry was the first to lay submarine cables in the 1850s. These cables are the backbone supporting the explosion of the internet, and 99% of the world's international telecommunication travels through them.
The e-governance project is expected to roll out a wide range of e-governance services starting this September. This would include services such as e-health, allowing for video consultation, movement of information from one health center to another, and tracking disease outbreaks. Regarding security, the project will also allow quick transmission of information, including video and data between police stations. However, government services is not the end-all, according to project manager Alexi Ramotar. However, Ramotar would not be dragged into making a clear-cut statement that the e-governance project would facilitate commercial operations. Meanwhile, the project consists of setting up a data center, a transmission network, and a data network. In education, the project will set up an e-library, which will allow for the access of textbooks and other teaching aids that can be used by students and schools, thereby lowering costs. Poor families who cannot pay for internet would also be hooked up at community centers in various areas, such as in the hinterland. It is estimated that all major government offices and institutions will be within the coverage area, serving an estimated 40,000 to 60,000 households.
The son of Guyana's President Donald Ramotar, Alexi Ramotar, was responding to criticisms from the main opposition, a Partnership for National Unity, APNU, about his skills and qualifications as it relates to the e-governance project. Ramotar is a project manager for the e-governance project and recently came in for criticisms from the APNU's Joseph Harmon on the management of the project. Ramotar says he has a decade of work experience in network engineering, a degree in computer science from the University of Guyana, and a master's in mathematics from the University of Waterloo, Canada.
I have experience in telecommunications, specifically at Digicel, in terms of how charging systems operate, the value-added services, and so forth. So I have a pretty broad experience in not only implementing, but also designing networks, both for telecoms and wide area networks.
The president's son declared that he earns $650,000 on a monthly basis. For the NCN News, Audlin Parker.
Just as his father should answer for the fact that he shut down the National Assembly halfway or less than just over halfway through its term, Mr. Ramotar, the young Ramotar, must answer why he has shut down this project or allow it to be collapsed even before it is completed.
And now it is unclear when the project would be completed. The country's e-governance project is now in shambles, with the government scrambling to find new contractors to fix a project that is yet to get off the ground. From the time the US $32 million e-governance project got underway, with a major component being running a fiber optic cable from Brazil to Georgetown, the government faced scrutiny but has always defended the project. There was an especially sharp reaction from the government when opposition parliamentarians questioned the competence of the president's son, Alexi Ramotar, to head the project. Now it has been revealed that the project needs fixing even before it is up and running. Head of the Presidential Secretariat, Dr. Roger Luncheon, said this today.
I'm involved with discussions with a local firm in collaboration with a neighboring country, another firm, to conclude I suppose the right word would be rehabilitation of the existing cable that traverses the over 200 kilometers from its entry point in Letem to its termination here at Castellani.
So right now we're on the trail, we're heading through Iwokrama. See if we can give you a look outside. See, it's all dirt road down here. This is the trail in pretty good condition. Where? Stop. Stop.
Yeah, it gotta be blood mills from.
Is this a beer? So we're here on the trail.
Go on the bridge, in the creek. Yeah, they didn't. Remember, they can't dig down there. No. So they run it across. Right. Some part they put like forces.
Oh my God.
That's the fiber. Now anybody that's doing any cable work, especially when it comes to fiber optic, you put a trunk in a cross trench. It's common sense. Anything fall under it break. It's fiber.
And not that way, you see
You understand? That's
the
it.
ones
Look.
that they run alongside the road.
5 million US.
Yeah.
When the road get bad, sometimes a tree fall on this one side and the truck decide to go
Over
there.
there because
5 million US, but they're saying it's gonna cost 20 million US to fix it. So they have to find all of that cable and dig it back up. I cannot believe it. That's what the president's son is collecting 10,000 US a month to oversee. And that's the project we've just given away to Dax Construction, you know, for I think a 25-year lease and a ton of duty-free concessions and the like. I just cannot believe we spent millions of US dollars to put that faulty cable in the ground. So here we are. It's this country of unspeakable beauty, but unmentionable corruption. When we get over on the other side, we could take another look at that $5 million US fiber optic cable that has now actually been given away. It's been gifted to a contractor called Dax, who the government is pretty much, you know, taking all that tax money, spent it on a project. It's not worked. The president's son has benefited royally from it, and we taxpayers have to pick up the tab, while a friend and crony of the government basically gets all of the towers erected in support of this project. He gets control of the cable, which effectively makes him a rival to the main telecommunications companies in the country. Sometimes you talk about corruption so much you just get tired of it, huh? And I'm probably at that stage. So let's just take in some of this beauty, and if it's not too dark, I'll show you that cable when we get over on the other side. But we're definitely gonna head back up into the Rupununi area to have a closer look at that cable, because what I've seen on the trip, I think you deserve to have a look at it as well. And sadly, I've not been able to document it in fine detail, as this wasn't specifically a real Guyana trip. I've just been along on it, and I take you along for the ride whenever I can. I know a lot of Guyanese comment and say they want to see more beautiful parts of Guyana, and I'm obliging you. This is one of them. I don't often leave the city and head into the hinterlands, but when I do, I'll bring my camera and show you what there is. Guyana isn't just garbage, but I hope scenes like this show you why I get so upset when I'm in the capital and when I'm on the coastland in the more heavily populated areas, because this is a very, very beautiful country, and through corruption, injustice, and greed, unfettered greed, we're destroying this land. You know, we're polluting this water in our quest for more and more gold, and we don't mind how much mercury we throw into it. This is the legacy we will be leaving to future generations of Guyana. This is the legacy. The land, the water, all the houses may not be here, but future human beings, privileged enough to witness such beauty, should not have to live with polluted waters and mercury sediment at the bottom of the river, you know, giving their kids congenital disorders and the like. That's not the Guyana I would like to leave behind for anyone, least of all my unborn kids, because I don't have any kids yet. Which is why I don't mind taking risks for you on real Guyana. I don't really have a family to to look out for. So as soon as that first baby is due, I don't know, maybe you can expect some less risky exposés. But this is as risky as it's getting at the moment, being stood on the foot of a boat launch, looking at the rising full moon. Very, very beautiful. And here we are arriving on the other side. We're getting to see the fiber optic cable.
Can you believe it, guys? This is the fiber optic cable that Guyanese taxpayers have funded to the tune of $5 million US, and it's not even in a PVC pipe as I had expected. It's coming across from there on the Iwakrama side of the river, and this is where it lands. It just pokes into the sand. Can you understand now why there's so many breakages? Does a president's son deserve 10,000 US a month to execute a project like this? This is what our cable looks like. You can literally put your hand into the water and pick it up. That is the fiber optic cable. That's 5 million US. And the next time I come out here, I'm gonna endeavor to show you in much more detail just how shady this project is. This cable is running across gutters, just like this, unprotected. That's 5 million US worth of cables. Think of what that could have done for your community. I mean, this is a very beautiful scene, but corruption really makes this country very, very ugly. So let's head back. Light is fading, but that is the $5 million fiber optic cable under this mound of sand. There's some trunking on the light, and it continues here onwards on the side of the road. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. That's the freaking cable. Unbelievable. Alexi Ramotar, I hope you're looking at this. I hope you know that you're very incompetent at your job. Hope Donald Ramotar knows as well. This is unforgivable. 5 million US dollars. So, I mean, just in the space of a couple weeks, I hope you've seen, I showed you how $12 billion was spent on a hotel that is not finished. How $1 billion, $1 billion to $4 million was spent on a racetrack that wasn't finished. And now I get to show you a 5 million US dollar cable that's going to cost 20 million US dollars to fix that is not finished. And you can see for yourself the level of incompetence. No protection, no armoring. Ungodly.